Hello, mamas. Welcome to another episode of You the Mom podcast. I'm Janice, founder of Mommy Mundo. And here on You the Mom, you know that we love sharing stories, especially those of inspiring women and mompreneurs. So our guest today is actually not a mom, but she's been part of our community as a auntie-preneur. It's a new term, auntie-preneur. Running her business, Trevi, in our expos, the last maybe 3 to 5 years. I remember hanging out with her and her sister Angie in her booth. There's been so many things happening with her. She is known on Instagram as the Wing Palette, and I love checking out her posts pre-pandemic because she would always be traveling and posting the most delicious, exotic, interesting dishes and interesting places as well when she travels with her family. Besides being a foodie, she also is an artist, visual artist, much like her father. And I think during the pandemic, this is what really came out from her passion for art, and so many of her talents in different forms of art just bloomed during the last almost 2 years. So I invited her here so that we can find out what she's up to. Also find out her story about how everything came about, how she found herself in her art, and how she's sharing it with other people. And I'd also like to say that she's also one of our featured artists in our Mom 24/7 planner. So without further ado, let's all welcome Jo Uygongco. Hello, Jo.
Hi, everybody. Thank you for inviting me, Janice. The entrepreneur.
Nice to have you here. That's right. Always trying to the envelope in terms of how we women find our passions and purpose. And for you, it has been there's many facets of you, but I've always felt connected with you. I think I've shared with you every time we hung out in Expo Mom, we have time to make cuento, right? Always naman. We have time to cuento, which is what we miss. Talk about business, our lives. And you were always I always felt safe with you, and also you're always so protective of us. Like we went through challenges together. There was one year that we went through a challenge, and I really felt that you really supported us deeply. You had some sort of ownership of Mommy Mundo as well, and that's something that we really appreciate. Me and my team.
Thank you. Oh, we love Mommy Mundo. I think we kind of grew together.
Yes. Yeah. So tell us first about Trevi. So that's how we met. And tell us how it's doing for those who are not familiar with it. Could you share with us how that came about and what your focus is on? I know that you bring in a lot of quality brands for moms and kids.
Yes.
So tell us about Trevi.
Yeah, so Trevi came about because my sister had a young son then. And syempre, the auntie is the kaalamera auntie. So I tried to help her out. But she was really shopping for baby items that would fit her son's needs. And of course, her needs also. So she was browsing through magazines and then decided to, tara, let's go and, do purchasing trip. I like that.
So I love that.
Yeah, diba? So we went traveling and then found this supplier of bands, Australia, and then
that's a swimwear brand.
It's the swimwear brand, so it's made in Australia with UV care, UV protect, not UV care, UV protect, the sunglass, the hats, the swimwear, even shoes. And it was interesting because when we met the owners, they're just, mom and pop kind of people, not knowing that Vans pala is a big brand in Australia. And so we got to talking, and I distinctly remembered she said, I like you girls. Okay, you will be my distributor in the Philippines. We were like, oh yeah, okay, cool, thanks. And he said, okay, you should bring in this. We're like, what? Camouflage? No, camouflage is for men. No. Trust me. Bring in camouflage.
Were those the camouflage?
The hats, the suits, and then the glasses with camouflage design. And we were like,
yes,
okay.
I remember that.
And he was right. It was one of our best sellers. It was one of those designs that pushed our Trevi forward. And then from there, so she started looking for more products. We had the Broly sheets from Australia, no, New Zealand,
Yes.
which people thought it's for kids. But actually, I had clients na ladies for their monthlies. Diba? They had to make
To protect
cover
the
the
mattress.
beds and the
Yeah.
mattress, even cars. And she came in with seat cover. So minsan, diba, when you're driving a car and you had those little accidents, so you cover
Yes.
the car seats are safe. And
Yes. People
then,
would look for the Brawly sheets. Actually, they would message us on Expo
yes,
Mom page. Where do you buy Brawly sheets? And you would tell them our Trevi. And also
yes,
during summer, the moms are looking for swimwear and sun protection for the kids. And they would, I think those two were your
yes.
hero
Those were
brands.
our hero
Yeah.
brands. You're right. So and then pandemic happened. So we're like, ooh, what are we going to do now? The two
Wait, and then you had that
non-techies.
parang headphones, right?
Yes,
That
it's
was
also
another
from.
one.
That's another one that's from bands also. And we notice moms,
Mm.
they really buy it for their kids during New Year. Uso paputok.
Wait,
Those
it wasn't headphones, no? It was parang noise protection ba? Or
yes,
noise cancelling?
it's noise canceling. So even if
Yeah.
you're a toddler, so you don't get shocked with loud noises, especially during New
Yeah.
Year. And of course, when people
Or
have to go
movies.
out, movies, or
Moms were
moving
buying
around.
it because they want to watch a movie, but the baby
Yes,
needs to sleep. So they put the
correct. And
bands.
then we had dads who want to watch basketball games, and then they want to bring baby along. Or the baby, you sleep, but dad is already shouting, ah! So yeah, those were our
Yes.
bestseller. And then we did go online, the website,
Yeah.
but parang it's still nice to do interaction during the bazaars of Mommy Mundo.
Yeah. We
And
miss
then the
that.
pandemic, and then pandemic happened. So Angie
Yes.
immediately pivoted to Instagram and Facebook.
Yes. And that's really the blessing that we have, that we're still able to do business, serve
Mm-mm.
mom's needs and do
Yes.
transactions. It's doing
Yes.
okay.
It's doing good. It's doing good. But we
Yeah.
have to keep up with like reels and stories.
Yes, I know, right? Like Kimi Lou who's doing reels. Oh yeah, you also, you've been
I
doing
do,
reels.
yes. So I have Kimi Lou as my coach. She's like, oh, you should do
Yes.
this. You should try this. I was like, really?
Right.
Okay. Before it's like, no,
Yes.
I'm shy. No, no, no. So yeah. Pero
Right.
ngayon parang, oh, sige. Got 9 million viewers. Ko, no?
Yeah. Minus the zeros. Like me,
Yes. So,
my family. Gary.
diba? Pwede na yun.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a good
Yes.
outlet. So I
Okay,
just
so
went
that's
with
our
Kimi.
Trevi. I'm
Mhm.
happy that you're able to pivot, which is the word of the
Oh,
century.
yeah.
No, naman, no. Pivot is
I
the
think
word
it's
of
the
the year.
20s.
Yeah. And then I know that you were into your art
Mm-hmm.
before the pandemic, like in the last maybe 2-3 years.
Oh, no.
Um,
I started 2014. I distinctly remember.
2014.
Mm-mm.
But I would like to read your bio
Oh,
because it's really
sige.
interesting. So this is another facet of Joe. So Joe actually grew up doodling on scratch papers lying around, her artistic streak influenced by her father and Eduardo Uygongco, who I actually met when he comes to our events as well. And Tito Ed is a painter. It wasn't until 2014 when she chanced upon an art class inside the mall. I remember that you told me about
Yeah.
this. And when she chanced upon an art class, she picked up the paintbrush and hasn't stopped since. So Joe's teacher, Eileen Bondoc Escueta, introduced her to various mediums, which she explored as quickly as she could, as if making up for lost time. Watercolor, Chinese brush painting, and acrylic and pastel painting are her current palette. And after playing around with all of that, Joe ventured into more intuitive art forms. I really believe you're intuitive.
Oh,
That's
thank you.
no doubt. Choosing to be less in control and just go with the flow. I think that is so apt,
Mm-hmm.
especially now that we had to let go of a lot of our OC tendencies.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And really just letting go of the need to control, because during the pandemic, that's what we all lost, right? The need
That's true.
the control of
Yes.
life in general.
Right. Right.
So I know that you've had art shows. I've been to the one of yours in Greenbelt,
Yes.
and since 2015. So it's been 5 years.
Mm-mm.
I know more because it's
More na.
2022. Fast, no?
Yes.
And you also now conduct an intuitive art workshop entitled Flow, More Than an Art Workshop. Okay, so before I ask you about the workshop, I'd like to ask you about your art. So tell us how you felt when you first saw that art class. Was it like a booth and then you saw it?
No.
Or an exhibit?
I have a backstory which is so funny. Because
Okay.
I was angry. I don't know why. I don't even remember why I was upset and angry at the time. So I went out for a walk, went into that bookstore where the art class was being held, and there's no one there. It was just a poster. So I called the number, and then I remember teacher saying, "Oh, so sorry, I'm driving. I'll call you later." I was like, "I'm fine, whatever." I was really
Bad mood ka.
really bad mood. But when she called, she's very friendly, and she told me, "Come and sit in one class." So I did, and I never left because I had good time. I really had a good time. Day one lang. And then, unfortunately, a few months after, I got sick. So I had a major surgery. So I was stuck at home for like 3 months 3 months. But it was art who kept me busy. So even if I had no clue where to start then, because I didn't even went through the whole series. So I was just parang, play around
You
with the
didn't
paint.
finish the course.
I have not
You weren't
finished the
able to
course.
finish it.
So I just did lang what I remembered. So, diba? And
Yes.
at that time pa, I was kind of shy pa to make kulit teacher na, can you explain, ganyan. So I just kept playing, and that was what kept me going. And then when the doctor said, "Oh, you have to start exercising and go out to walk," the first thing I did was to drop by the art class.
Yeah.
And then that's where I started na. And I never left. It was every Tuesday afternoon. So I told the family, because I remember people were saying, "Oh, can I have a meeting with you?" I learned to say no. No, I have a meeting on Tuesdays. Sorry. Tuesdays, I'm busy
Take your
on
time.
Tuesdays. Kasi at that time, you're not supposed to say you're into arts. Kasi it's arts. For them, it's a hobby.
Yes.
So I just said, "Oh, sorry, I have meetings on Tuesday afternoon." You have, choose from any other day except Tuesday afternoon. Until finally, I was brave enough to say, "I'm into arts. I have painting class on Tuesdays." And then people now know that I'm an artist. So I say lang, "Oh, I'm not free on these days because I have art class." So now they learn to respect my time for myself as an artist. Unlike before, I was still shy to say I'm an artist. That I'm
I wanted to ask about that. Because did it take a while to say I'm an artist?
Yes,
like,
it did.
What would you say? So you'll just say before, "Oh, I paint. I joined this class."
I don't.
Like that. You don't really say that I'm a painter. I'm an artist.
No, even my art, I just kept it to myself.
Do you remember the first time you said I'm an artist?
I think during the exhibit. The first group exhibit I did, where you visited us, that was the only time that I said, "This is my painting.
Yeah.
I'm
the art.
I'm the artist. This is my wall." That was it. But prior to that, hardly show it online. If I do, it's all quick lang.
And then you would say before, like parang, it's like your pastime. Parang it's a hobby.
Yes. Correct. Exactly. But now I claim it. I claimed it that I'm an artist.
I love that. Because Drew, I think that's really important because I know I have a friend. She used to design clothing. Mompreneur also.
Okay.
And then one time she said, "Remember when we were kids, I always wanted to be a fashion designer. Parang it never happened, no?" So I was like, "Aren't you designing the clothing brand?"
Yes.
For her, parang, but I just draw that. It's just for the brand. Parang, but you are a designer. Parang, she never said I'm a designer.
Yes.
Then at that time, nagtingin na kami, no, you're a designer.
Yes. So I think it has to come out from you and embrace it and say, "Okay, I'm an artist." And because I saw online this term artist-preneur, so I claim that also, artist-preneur. So I now say that I'm an artist entrepreneur or artist-preneur.
Artist-preneur, yeah.
But I cannot claim to be the one who invented that word. But
that's fine.
It resonated with me. It resonated with me.
Yeah. I think there's that awareness of connection with things that you read or things that you see. It's mindfulness, right? Like if you were so angry and you saw that sign and you were distracted by the things going on in your head and stuff, you wouldn't have seen that sign and your life would be totally different.
I know. I think so.
But
I totally
somehow,
believe that. But somehow, somewhere, somebody pushed me to walk that way. And I think I
yeah,
walked that way because it was at the basement. So less people. So siguro in my
yeah,
head, okay, less people, less, channeling of anger to
yeah.
somewhere. So yeah. But
But your father was an artist already, but you
oh,
never imbibed it from him, or at least
no.
not consciously.
I think yes. Kasi I think in those days, being an artist is a no-no. Because there's no money being an artist. There's no parang permanent
Back
job as an
then.
artist unless you're famous, diba? So
Yeah.
he was a businessman first. And he took up painting again when he retired. And then so when he
Okay.
retired, so he started painting. We kept asking him, can you teach me? Can you teach me? He said, no, just look. And I was like, okay, never mind.
So he also didn't encourage it.
He didn't not encourage, but he didn't really push it
He didn't.
because he didn't
Yeah.
know how to teach, I think. He was like,
Yeah.
you just watch, I didn't even learn from someone. I'm a self-taught artist, so you be one. So you come and look. No,
Not
that was not
deliberate. It was not.
deliberate. In that art class, we're all women in different ages. So when we paint, we talk. It's like kwentuhan, talking,
Yeah.
painting, chit-chat. And it was always a fun Tuesday afternoon. And then we were allowed to bring coffee. We can buy food from the mall. And then so we're eating and painting and talking all at the same time. So it was always a fun afternoon. And we'll start,
Ah,
supposedly classes is just 2 hours, 2 to 3, no, 1 to 3 and 4 to 6. But now, through the years, we
how
started
long
having
did it
lunch
take?
together. And then we'll
That's
go to
nice.
class early. We'll leave at 6 kasi parang everybody has to go home na.
Yeah.
Yun. It was, time
That
flew.
became like your community.
Yes, yes. So until
It's
now, because of the
amazing.
pandemic, we moved online, and the
Yeah.
same group stayed on. So it's a different dynamic, but at least it was also what kept us sane during lockdown.
Yeah.
Because every Tuesday afternoon, something to look forward to, and then we'll have
So you
homeworks.
paint on Zoom like beside each
Yes,
other.
yes.
Painting.
Yan, ganyan.
Ah,
Tapos we'll just show each
nice.
other, this is what I did. Okay. Teacher, why is my painting like that? Oh, you do like this. Okay. So it worked naman.
Nice.
So we have like classmates who are living alone. So, diba, lockdown, who are they
Yeah.
going to talk to? So we started connecting online and said, so why don't we do Zoom? Okay, let
That's
me learn what Zoom
wonderful.
is. And then people were like,
Yeah.
how do you do this? How do you click this? Easy lang yan. Do this, do this. So, yan.
So, what do you say to moms who, or even to women, or anybody for that matter, who are afraid to learn new things? Because I remember, I think I mentioned this when we would do Expo Kid.
Mm-mm.
The Expo Kid, our event before was like
Yes.
summer activities for your kids,
Mm.
and then the moms will be like telling their kids, "Anak, ballet yo," or "Why don't you try football?" or something, and then
Ah.
pero yung mom, when you ask her, why don't you try painting? Ay, hindi ko kaya yan.
Oh, yeah.
Di ba? Parang ako, di ba? And then we always say nga with my team, yung mga nanay, pag mga kids nila, push ng
Tulak.
push, pero pag sila shy
Ayaw
or
nila.
scared.
Yes.
So what do you, like having gone through your own
Mm-mm.
journey, what do you say to moms na parang apprehensive about exploring new things, that
Yes.
you can't do this,
Mm-mm.
or it's not something not only you're capable of, you don't have the talent for it.
Yes. For
Yeah.
me, it's
What
just
do you
try.
say?
Try lang. That's why I
Yeah.
think Flow more than an art workshop worked. Kasi
Yes.
I have a pack. I'll send it to you. So they take away the issue of what to buy, what do I need, and then
Ah,
following the list. Because I notice when you give them a list, they're like, okay, and then they show it sa bookstore. And then the tendera will say, oh, ma'am, we don't have that, we don't have, and then they don't have alternatives. So by giving them the pack,
yes.
they start exploring, and because they do art without a brush, parang try. I
Art
always
without a
tell try.
brush.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can produce art without a brush. Like the ones behind me are not done without a brush, except even this one.
Really?
This is just pastel. So parang I always tell them try lang. Nothing. You won't lose anything by trying. At least you know. This is not for
Yes.
me. Oh, this is I like. So I'll keep going. So I have
Yeah, that I understand that because sometimes even just the sourcing of materials is already, I don't have time, or
Yeah. Or I
it's
don't
where will I
know.
get that, or I don't know
Mm.
what that is, ganyan.
Yes,
So
yes.
one block down, and
Mm-mm.
then you go to like actually doing it. So
Yes.
you're making that easy. You just
Yes.
show up at this time,
Mm-hmm.
and then the
And then,
process, you're also taking down blocks
right.
because just go with me, just flow with
Yes.
me, and
And then
no
there's
judgment.
very little
Like say,
instruction. Just basic logic. You have, of course, you have to pour your paint into a cup, mix, and
yeah.
pour. So very minimal instruction. And then it's very encouraging because each person will produce a different artwork. There's no two paintings alike. And of
Yeah.
course, you also have to listen. Parang it teaches you also to listen to yourself na, okay, I think I've mixed enough.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I've poured enough. I think I've pulled enough. Because if you pull too much, there's no more paint on the canvas. So, parang make logic then, di ba? Na, okay, this is what I'm
Yes.
doing. Okay, I think I should stop. So, you have to also trust yourself. So, I think Flow more than an art workshop also encourages you to listen to yourself and believe what your self is telling you na, okay, stop na, stop. Okay, oh, more, pour more. Or even choosing
I
colors.
love
Okay, what
that.
color do I want today? You can choose one or two or 10 if you want. Yan. So I
Oh.
think that's, I must say, I've seen some of my participants who are so not into art, but because I kind of
Yes.
gave them a kit and nahiya siya. So we did flow together, and she's like, "Oh, this is fun, pala. Okay, give me one more
Yes.
kit. I want to do this with my daughter." And then it was their
Nice.
bonding during Christmas. Then I had naman one mom who was doing it for herself, and then the daughter kept coming, "Mom, I want to try. Mom, I want to try." Mami, ako sabi niya, "Dali lang ha. The kit is not with me anymore. I have to wait. Can you send me one more kit just for myself?"
How young can
Oh,
the person be if they want to do it with
the
you?
the youngest participant I have was 5. 5
Okay,
years
so with a
old.
basta 5 with an adult.
Yes, oo. Kasi you will make a mess. I
Yeah.
have to admit, it's a messy business, but I
Yeah.
include a garbage bag naman with
But
the kit.
again, you just let go of
That,
the
yeah.
wanting to
So
be
the
neat.
OC moms, like, kalat. But then when they see
Yeah.
naman the output of the daughter or the parang, ooh, I'm proud, this is my daughter's work.
Yeah.
So it's
And
nice.
I think,
It's,
diba, Joe, when you're zoned into an activity,
mm-mm,
and your hands are busy,
mm-mm.
parang everything else disappears. Like the
Yes,
background disappears, the
yes.
noise and the
Mm-hmm,
worries disappear. Do you see
mm-hmm.
that also happening
Oh,
with your
yes. Yes.
students?
They do. They do. Kasi the next thing you know, ay, it's 4 o'clock na. I have to say bye-bye. Pero, what? It's 4? But I'm not done. Sabi ko, go ahead. You can finish it. And then, usually we do 2 canvases a day. They're like, oh, I need one more. I need to get one more. Kasi I have more paint. Oh, I still in the
So
zone. I still want to do
fun.
it. So, go.
So you've been doing this only online pa lang, no? Kasi it's
Yes.
something that
It
would
was
be so wonderful
born.
face to
Mm-mm.
face. Something to look forward
Ah,
to
yes.
in the
Oh,
future.
really? So we're planning a friend of mine who's a life scriber, Joan Galyares. We're planning something like painting holiday slash journaling
Oh,
and getting to know
nice.
yourself. So hopefully it takes off because we're now at alert 2 and
Yes.
cases are going down. So, and then I have doctor friends who are saying that soon baka
Yeah.
can all go out. So
And Joe,
that's
we
the
will be
first.
doing something together, right, for our
Yes.
moms. So watch out for that announcement. But for sure,
Yes.
because we moms really need to learn to flow. I mean,
Mm-mm.
I personally went through a lot, holding on and then like
Yes.
slowly, one finger at a time, letting
Yes.
go.
That's so true. I
Yeah.
must say, I think 2020, I started having anxiety attacks.
Yes.
And then 2021, parang full blown. I can't leave the house. Can you imagine? The
Really?
lakpachera me, who loves to travel, every time I'm in the car, I get woozy and dizzy. And I would actually
Wow.
drive back home.
Did
So,
you recognize it as anxiety?
no. I don't know. Did
Yeah.
I? I don't think so. I just
Or
said,
did you just
oh
think
my God.
I'm no? Yeah.
Parang I just said, oh no, I think I'm going to be sick. So I go home. And then I don't leave the
Ah,
house again. So then the next time that I try to leave the house in the car and I say, I'm sick again, I'm going home. Until finally, I think somebody told me, I think you're having anxiety attacks. I said, really? Okay. So now I have a name for what I'm feeling. And then whenever I feel
Yes.
that, so I'll try to just go back to my art. I'll do sketch, parang quick sketch,
Yeah.
nothing. And then I'll watch YouTube, Netflix. So I'm multitasking. I'll watch Netflix sa
Yes.
background and I'll sketch and paint and draw and do like things like that.
And then it will be okay.
And then I'd calm down. But it took a
Yeah.
while. I had to do like
Yeah.
homeopathy and all that.
Oh,
Meditation.
at least you're able to soothe, diba? That's called
Yes.
self-soothing as
Mm-mm.
well. But let's talk about Kimmy. So Kimmy also helped
Yes.
me a lot.
Mm.
Discover a lot about myself and do the shifts, within our psyche, our
Yeah.
emotions and all. How did you eventually join her? I know you're part of the Sacred Space
Yes.
community and
Mm-hmm.
others. So
Yes.
tell us about your journey with Kimmy,
So I
and
must.
then what are you doing together with her
Yes.
now?
So I must say Kimi is my pusher. So she was one of those also who helped me.
Well, Kimmy is an addictive.
Oo nga di ba? So she was one of
Yes.
those who helped me work through my anxiety. That's why I'm now out and about again. So I
Yeah.
met Kimi, I think 2017, 2018. A friend introduced her to me because I was also going through something. And then she introduced me to Kimi and we kind of hit it off well. And then I remembered I was also there when she opened the Proton's headquarters. I was there. I
Yes, in
was so
Legazpi.
happy.
Wait, let's say nga it's at Kimmy Lou Life Coach. We're talking
Yes.
about Kimmy Lou at Kimmy Lou Life Coach.
Yeah, yes. So I was there. And then, so I've been talking to her. Even during travels, I'd text
So
message her
that
and she
far
said,
back.
oh, that far back. And then she'd
Okay.
tell me, okay, why don't you journal this? Why don't you sketch this? And then I'll do that. So she was also the one who taught me how to journal my feelings and let it out. And, diba, I don't need to talk to anybody. So people in the
Yes.
bus is in front. I'll be at the back sketching in my notebook. And gumaganyan pa the bus. So, ayan. And then, eventually, I think 2020, I was still doing sourdough bread kasi total lockdown, di ba? So, I was into other
Baking.
things.
Oh, you would bake?
Painting. I would bake. I would, take care of my sourdough mother
Wow.
yeast. And then I chanced upon, and then Ikimi invited me to an open house. And I was like, oh, okay. I think I'll join. And then
Yeah.
something happened. So again, nawala. And then she invited again to the second house. So I was batch 2 of the Sacred Space. And
Yes.
then things suddenly just shifted. So from me not talking online, showing myself to here, I'm here.
Yes. I love it.
I kind of overcame my shyness and the introvert extrovert
Yeah.
confusion
I think
in
it's
my head.
also being private because you
Mm-mm.
were very private. I
Yes.
think it's also cultural, di ba?
I think, oo.
Being private and then you're an entrepreneur. It comes to that, I think.
I think so.
But I see you now. You're so open and
I
free. Not that
know.
you were inhibited. You were never like that, naman. But
No
always
naman.
warm. But now you really found yourself, and I really see the purpose in what you share.
Thank
So
you.
I'm really happy seeing you bloom in your art
Oh,
and
thank you so
finding
much.
purpose. If I want to thank Kimi for that and for
Mm-hmm.
what you're putting out into the world, I see your reels together and all. All I
Yes.
wish is that I could be with you and make reels together.
I
Maybe when I visit.
know. Yes. Oh, yes, please. We should do that. So now,
Yeah.
if it's with Kimmy, I will do anything.
Yes.
Yes. Oh my gosh, those
Yourself
reels.
same. And then with you, I just wish you more passion, and
Thank you.
I'm sure flow will just be the beginning. You'll have so many more other pivotal programs,
Oh yes.
not only for women but other people as well who have
Yes.
obstacles to conquer.
Oh yes.
I'm so excited to work with you on Flow. But I think we need to end this already. But I wanted to ask you one last question. So I guess what would be your advice for moms and dads?
Yes.
Who
And aunties and uncles.
And aunties and uncles, yes. Yes, we are a community of inclusivity. Like we try to support moms and all those who
have young
tries to
kids at home.
yes
Yeah.
have young kids at home and all those who support moms and dads do
Yes,
that.
that's true.
But what is your advice right now in this uncertain times? And also, how do they find joy and passion in whatever,
Mhm.
uh, I guess, whatever their purpose is,
Yeah.
what they're destined to do in their lives? Like,
Mhm.
how do you think they should approach life in general
Oh,
based on what you've been through?
based on what I've been through, I would highly recommend trying everything. Try everything, even, just a few minutes. Try it. Try taking a pencil and just doodling on notebook. By
Yeah.
the time you know it, it's something. And then, just go with the flow. I think that's my catchword. Really, it's to just go with the
Yeah.
flow. Things that come in, process it, absorb it, and then just let it go. Just let it flow. And I think you have to be open to try new things, try everything, experiment. Nothing illegal, but experiment and try and just reconnect. Also, I think if you see something that interests you and it's online, sign up. If you see
Yeah.
people talking about it and you're curious, Google it and then sign up to anything and everything. Just no, I've noticed people, they are so open to attending open houses with their videos off and mute. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's a first step. Don't be shy.
Yeah.
Coming from the shy person that I used to be. Also ganyan, off video, mute, but it's a first
Yeah.
step. And then you just engage, and then you just chat, and then you reach out and go
Yeah.
with the flow. That's what I
I
would
love
have
that.
to
Go
say.
with the flow.
Yeah.
Thank you, Drew, for sharing. It's a
Mm.
simple term, but really it's so full of meaning, especially for us who have so many inhibitions and hang ups because we're worried about many people. We're
Yes.
worried about ourselves, our kids, and if we
And
just
we
let it all
worry,
go,
and
yeah,
we always worry about what would people say. But
yeah,
then, so
true,
what? If they say something,
yeah,
accept it, receive it, and then just let it go. And
that's
just do
true.
whatever you like. Do whatever makes you happy. Do whatever
Yeah.
makes you fulfilled. And then go with the flow.
Right, and that's
Yeah.
the way to really live
Yes.
life.
Especially now. People have so
Yes,
much time to talk about each other, talk about other people. Let them. It's what
true.
makes them happy. But you can always filter and let it go and then do whatever makes you happy.
Yes. Thank you, Joe, for those
Thank you,
words.
Janice.
I love connecting with you again. And again, I'm so happy for you and wishing you more light. And
Thank you.
we'll be in touch for future
Oh,
collaborations.
yes, yes. I'm
Thank you, Joe.
so
Oh,
looking forward.
where can people get in touch with you on
Oh,
social?
yes, they can get in touch with me at The Wing Palette on IG. Yeah. On Facebook,
Okay.
Joe Uygongco.
So, Joe, the Flow Master, thank you
Thank
for being with us
you.
today on You the Mom.
Thank you,
So,
Janice.
thank you. So, for all those who listened today, to You the Mom, thank you for being with us. Just remember that mom life should be celebrated and cherished, and we believe that moms should be celebrated and cherished too. See you next time.
Thank